Thank you, everyone. I would like to thank ICT Academy for giving me this opportunity to speak here in this forum. I was here last year. I spoke on Industry 4.0. My last year's session was the session after lunch. My this year's session is session before lunch. Both these sessions are really important. The session before lunch is like a Friday evening. You need to wrap it up and go. And the session after lunch is like a Monday morning after you come back from your vacation. Anyways, let me begin my presentation with a question to everyone. Let us look at a legend. No marks for identifying who he is. I think everyone in this room knows who this gentleman is. We have watched him win matches for India. We have watched him play an exceptional game of cricket. We all know how many runs he has scored. We all know how many centuries he has scored. No marks for guessing who is he. But can someone tell me which is his best bat? MRF, okay. That was one answer. That was a brand. But which is his best bat? Is it a GM or is it this one or is it an Adidas? All three? Okay. Someone says MRF, someone says all three. I'll give you some more data points. That's an Adidas, this is a Kookaburra and this is a G&M bat. Does this help you with an answer? Maybe not. If I tell you one more data point, the weight of the bat. 1542 grams, 1300 grams and 1580 grams. 1580. Maybe that is the heaviest bat because we all know Sachin uses heavy bat. But what we don't know is Sachin is not the only person who is using heavy bat. There are batsmen that use more heavier bat than Sachin. Okay, so this helps you to narrow down on an answer, but this doesn't give you the complete answer. What if I tell you this? That bat has scored over 17,000 runs in Test cricket and one-day cricket. The remaining bats combined together have scored about 12,000 runs. Now, can you tell me which is the best bat? Adidas, right? The reason for that, the reason for identifying which is the best bat is I have given you some data points, right? Without data, you are just another person with an opinion. Just saying a gut feel that this is what I feel is one aspect. Saying it with data is another aspect. The reason I put this slide is, ladies and gentlemen, I come from Oracle. Oracle is a data company. We were the first ones who came with the relationship database way back in 1970. Data is our DNA. My subsequent presentation slides will be based on data. Let's look at the agenda for today. What has changed? I mean, everyone is speaking of reskilling. Everyone, even the IT industry, the SI companies are speaking of how do we retrain the people. The colleges are speaking about it. What has changed? What is the trigger point that now we are heavily looking at training or reskilling or retraining our people into new technologies? What is the trigger point? We'll look at that. We'll look at what is the future of this industry. We'll then look at the technology focus areas where as academia, as colleges you would need to focus on. And lastly, how can Oracle help you all in doing this? So, what has changed? Everyone spoke of the industry changing, the business process changing, technology changing. If you ask me, it's the customer who has changed. The customer has changed, hence the industry is changing. The customer has changed, the consumer has changed, hence the processes are changing. Let me give you an example. Buying a mobile phone, buying a refrigerator, buying an air conditioner. 10 years back, if you wanted to buy a mobile phone, you will walk into a mobile store. Most of you guys are from Pune. I've seen DY Patil, Bharati Vidyapit, JSPM. So most of the guys in Pune, typically 80% of them would have bought mobile phones going to a shop called Mobile Shoppy somewhere in Sahitya Parishad, Sadashivpet and buying a phone there. 10 years back, you go to the shop and you say, I want to buy a mobile phone, and you depend on the guy who is sitting across the table to sell you a phone. He will tell you, sir, Nokia is the best phone, this is the memory card, this is the camera, and these are the features, and you should go for this device only. Many of my customers are only buying Nokia phone. I also have a Nokia phone. My father has it, my uncle has it. Many people who come to the shop only ask for it. He sells you the Nokia phone for you. You ask about Samsung, you ask about LG, he said, no sir, nahi chalta. This is the best. And you rely on him. And then on top of it, he says, you will not get it now, paisa bharo, 2 din ke baad milega aapko, because there is a huge waiting list. And you are convinced, because you are buying the best product. So if I were a Nokia, if I were a Samsung, I were an LG, 10 years before, I will spend my time, money, effort into training my sales reps because they are the ones who are going to sell the commodity for me. Today, if you want to buy a mobile phone, how many of you go to a shop and ask for a mobile phone? First thing you do is go to your mobile device, do a Google search and search for mobile phones. Do some comparison, ndtvgadgets.com, pricebaba.com, mouthshut.com. Go and read reviews of the mobile phones. Go to Amazon, go to Flipkart, look at the price, look at the reviews and make up your mind that what you want to buy. Saturday morning, you take your two-wheeler, take your wallet, go to the shop, same shop. Go to the shop and say Samsung A70 64GB grey color ka price kya hai? You have made up your mind. You have made up your mind to what to buy. The guy says, why don't you try LG? Why don't you try Opus? 1 plus 1 free hai. No. Samsung A70 64GB grey color ka price kya hai? Right? That has changed. Around 66% of the people make a decision on what to buy even before they enter a shop. So now if I am Samsung, if I am Nokia, if I am LG and I am training my sales reps so that they will be better equipped to communicate to the customer and I'm waiting for the guy to come to my showroom so that I can sell him, I have lost him. 66% of people I have lost him because they are never going to come to my shop and ask for a mobile phone. They are only going to tell me what they want. So if I am these kind of companies, I will want to invest, not in the sales guys, but I will want to invest into those areas, those channels, those places where a person is looking for a mobile device. This is a change of business that we have introduced. This is a change that we have initiated and that is the reason the organizations also should need to change. Whatever tool sets they had earlier now is not sufficient. They would need new tool sets, new skills, new technologies so that they can address that anonymous person sitting over there browsing for something and ensure that your brand is in front of him once he is looking for that. That is a change that we are seeing from a consumer standpoint. 80% of the buyers discover new brands and products from their peers. Right? The digital age is transforming these business. This is one aspect of the change that we are looking at. The second is channels. 1980, 1990, primarily telephone was a channel and the postal mail was another channel that you were looking at. Now, if you look at it, in 2000, 2010, 2015, a customer is using multiple channels. I can use a WhatsApp, I can use an email, I can use an SMS, I can go to the website, I can have a Twitter handle, I can go to Facebook. For one particular brand, I can communicate with the brand with multiple channels. Right? At an average, every customer, 75% of the consumers use 3 or more channels to communicate with the brand, as against only one channel that was being communicated earlier. So now you have got a change of business process. You have got a consumer, an educated consumer who is using multiple channels to communicate with the brand. A brand or a company needs to change, needs to have a different set of tools and technologies needed to address this kind of consumer. Right? Let's take a typical example, a customer journey. Let's take a B2B example. Let's take Bharati Vidyapeeth or D.Y. Patil Engineering College, and they want to install a printer in their offices. They want to install printer not in their offices, all the offices of that particular college. You will do a browse, you will go to the websites, look at what are the best available printers. You will go and do some research. You will identify a brand that you want a printer to be. Then you will go ahead and buy it. Once you have bought the printer, you will go and deploy it into different offices of Bharati Vidyapeeth or D.Y. Patil. You face some issues, cartridge is not working, printer is not working, you reference. Tomorrow a JSPM says printer lena hai, you say this is the best printer because I've got good service from it. This is a very happy go kind of a flow which was 80%, 90% of it was followed maybe 10 years earlier. Today, you will rarely find a transaction happening in this flow. What you will find today is this. Right? I am browsing for a printer. I don't do a research. I don't do a buy. I directly deploy. There is an Hitachi printer guy comes and says, you use the printer for 3 months. If you are happy, you then buy it. It happens. There are IT companies doing it. There are software downloads doing it. Netflix does that. You go to Netflix, you don't need to pay anything. 1 month free. After that, you can start using it. So there is no research. There is no buy. There is direct deploy. So someone sells you a printer, you don't buy, you don't research, you directly deploy it in your office, you get an issue, you raise an issue, the person solves your problem. Just because it is given free of charge, I'm not going to solve your problem, that doesn't happen. The person solves your problem, you are happy with the performance, and you then go ahead and buy the product. The cycle is changed. You will not follow a linear pattern, you can follow any of this in a very different sequence altogether. You browse, you research, you deploy, you raise an issue. If you are not happy, you will go ahead and browse again. If you are happy, you will go ahead and buy again. This is what we are saying. To add to top of it, every person will use multiple channels. I will browse on my mobile device. I will do research on my laptop. I will buy going into a store. I will deploy using a different channel. I am having an issue with the printer. I am very unhappy with it. I will not call. I will directly go and tweet about it. I will go to the social media and say HP printers are not working fine. I will use a different channel for any activity I am doing. Right? So now the brand has to take into account the customer. For example, if I am a brand, there is a team. My sales team is interacting with the person who wants to buy it. My service team is interacting with the person who wants to service it. My deployment team is interacting with the same person who wants to deploy it. Different set of people interacting with the same person, and the person is talking to different set of people using different channels. How consistently you can give a same experience to that customer is what customer experience is about. It is not about the quality of the product. Today it is only about the experience. I have an ICICI credit card, someone has an Amex card, someone has an Axis card, someone has the HDFC card. All the credit cards do the same thing. Okay, but the experience that you get from that particular card is something that makes you decide, I want to only go for an American Express card, or I want to only go for an ICICI card. The connected journey is what typically combines into a good customer experience. This is what is needed. One person may buy, deploy, issue, research, doing the entire communication. So companies need to have that solution in place that helps them to give a consistent customer experience across channels to the consumer. Right? So what is the future? So this is one example that I spoke of. Customer experience is only one example that I spoke of, because that I thought would relate well with the audience out here. The business challenge is digital supply chain. The business challenge is the future of work in HRMS. The digital challenge is IoT in machines. We got a request from a company in Australia who has got ice cream vending machines at the airports. The requirement was very unique. So if the stock at the ice cream vending machine goes below a particular threshold, an automatic request should get generated and should go to the refiller. The refiller should be able to service it. If he is out of stock, an automatic order should get raised to the wholesaler or the retailer. He should fulfill that request, come to the refiller, fill it out here. The refiller should send his van and refurbish the vending machine at the airport. And this has to happen automated way. There is no maine call kiya, usne nahi utaya, he is not available. Everything has to happen in an automated way. That is a digital supply chain. How can you enable a digital supply chain in this industry? IoT in machines. You walk to service your vehicle, you go to the mechanic, and instead of you telling him what the problem is, he tells you what the problems are. There is some amount of leakage happening, there is some amount of part that is getting heated up. Aapka brake ka liner 2-3 millimeters se ghis gaya hai. These are the things that you need to do. Because the machine is sending data to him and he is able to analyze it, gain some actionable insights and give you a recommendation on what you should do. These are the challenges that are actually disrupting the industry. From a technology standpoint, everyone is speaking of artificial intelligence, everyone is speaking of Internet of Things, blockchain, chatbots. This is all but data. How you capture data at different parts, how do you analyze data, slice, dice the data and use it for your business benefits is what the technology change is talking about. We have got the new entrants, we have got the Netflix I spoke of, there is a Uber, there is this DeviceWise. Anyone knows what is this DeviceWise? It's a small device that they fit into your car and that sends signals to the insurance company, and that insurance company decides how much premium you should pay for the car depending on the way you drive the car. If you are an aggressive driver, if you're always consistently above 80, 100, your premium is going to be high. If you are waiting at the stoplight, if you are following all the traffic signals, your premium is going to be low. This is data. If you ask the driver honestly, no one is going to be very honest in telling that. But the device is going to give that data to the insurance company. So the company can play that game of giving a high insurance to a guy who is not driving correctly and low insurance to a guy who is following all the traffic rules. That is a change that we are looking at. New business models, shift in innovation, increasing in the customer experience, and business agility. From a technology standpoint, we spoke of artificial intelligence, how it is important, blockchain, autonomous software, Internet of Things, and human interface. These are the emerging technologies for the new opportunities. Now, all this is fine. What is the solution? I mean, the industry is changing, technologies are growing, we don't have manpower, we don't have people, we don't have skilled resources, we still need to address the companies. What is the solution for this? Right? First is agree that there is a problem. Only then you will look for a solution. Right? If you don't agree for a problem, if you keep on saying we are too busy, you will never get a solution. From Oracle's point of view, the solution is divided into 3 areas. Dr. Ashok today morning spoke of college and industry doing it together. Even my theme, Oracle's theme, was also based on the same aspect, college and industry trying to fix the solution together. One is from a product standpoint. We as Oracle or any other product would need to build the next solution softwares on the cloud or the solutions or softwares which are adaptable to the changing business scenarios. Having a new software built which takes into account all the challenges that we are speaking of, which takes into account the new ways in which business is done, is going to definitely help the brands to achieve their objective. Second is providing the next generation platform for building the next generation software. Does it make sense that some part of the solution is built on the cloud and for other business problems where there is no solution, you go and build it on premise or build it on any other technology stack? So have the solution, also have the platform. And the last is to enable the partners and the institutes of Oracle products and services. We can build multiple products, but we will need a team of resources to deploy it. We'll need a team of resources to service it. We'll need a team of resources to enhance it. We'll need a team of resources to ensure that the software is being used. So just a product company building up products and deploying is not going to help. You will need a team of people, skilled people in that technology to ensure that you implement it, you support it, you service it, and you ensure that the company keeps on using it for their benefits. Right? Let me spend a couple of minutes on each of them. Next generation software on the cloud. Oracle has redesigned all the solutions that we had on the cloud. We had an ERP software earlier. We had a CRM software earlier. We had a HCM software earlier. We had multiple softwares earlier. But in the last 8 to 10 years, we have completely redesigned them, bringing into new technology stack. All the solutions that we have got, all the SaaS solutions that we have got are built on the cloud. Blockchain, machine learning, artificial intelligence, all are as a part of the product offering. They are nothing separate. Those are embedded within the solution. That makes it more suitable for a Samsung or a Nokia. Going back to my earlier example, if Samsung or Nokia uses that software, they will be able to place their ad. They will be able to position themselves in front of those 66% people who are looking for mobile devices, not coming to the shop. Those solutions help you in doing that. So from a cloud solutions, we have got sales, solutions for sales, we have got solutions for service, we have got solutions for supply chain management, we have solutions for ERP, so on and so forth. It is all built on the foundation of social. It is all built on the foundation of mobile. It is all built on the foundation of analytics, artificial intelligence, so on and so forth. These are the new generation softwares that we have built. Second is the platform. I mean, Oracle may not have a solution for all the business problems. Though we would want to cover most of it, there will be certain areas where there will not be a solution. So for that, Oracle provides a platform as a service where you can use this platform to build your own solutions. Students, SI companies, projects, they can use this platform to build new solutions on the cloud. We also use the same platform to build a SaaS products. There is one common platform, Oracle platform, which is used to build a SaaS products, and the same platform can be used by institutes to build some additional modules, additional functionalities that does not exist with Oracle as of now. And third is the Oracle Academy. So Oracle Academy is our flagship program in education philanthropy. So what primarily academy does is, the goal is to help high school and college students, educators and counselors understand how IT skills are transforming the workplace. Right? If you go to, of course, the footprint in India, about 1700 institutes, 6 partners supporting lakhs of students. If you go to our website, if you get the time, I would request you to go to our website. You will have most of the information that you are looking at over there. You will be able to explore the latest Oracle academic curriculum that is available. Cloud computing, very important. Oracle offers free cloud trial accounts for you and your students. Those are absolutely free. You have to register yourself and start availing those services on a subscription basis. Not only softwares and solutions, there also is some amount of document and research documents available. For example, the rising demand for IT skills in non-tech industries. A very interesting article that I read yesterday that tells me 80 or 90% of the demand is into non-tech industries and not into tech industries. And that is the way it is being shaping up in the last 3 to 4 years. So this Oracle Academy website is not only for software downloads, there are some research articles that you can go through and use them for your reference. Oracle Open World, Larry Ellison, Chief Technology Officer, declared something that we are giving free. There is free for developers, free for students, free for enterprises who want to do POCs, and free for Oracle Academy. There are some amount of solutions that are free. If you go to the website, you will get to know more details about what those solutions are. I will want to focus specifically on a couple of items. One is the cloud program. The free tier cloud program. I would sincerely request all the academics to go through the free tier cloud program. It is one console which will give you insight about what you have registered for, and it is a very fast sign up. So if I drill down more on the free tier, there are 2 parts. One is an always free. So we provide something like an autonomous database with powerful tools, completely free. Once you register it, you can start using it, you can do research and you can do development on it. You can understand how it works. It is completely free. There are 2 virtual machines available, load balancing, monitoring, outbound data transfer, all that is available, always free. And then there are some elements that are free for 365 days, free for a year. That includes infrastructure, that includes database, that includes application development, includes analytics, content and experience, management and security, integration aspects. All these tools are available free for you for 1 year, plus you get something called as a $300 credit. So there are some paid services, but you already start your account with plus 300. As and when you start consuming it, your credit decreases. And once you are 0, then you need to go and buy something. Otherwise, most of it is free. The first part was free for the entire duration. The second one was free for 1 year. You can go to these websites, register yourself and start taking advantage of the cloud solutions available. Right? Besides that, I will not focus on it. There are Java courses available, Java for developers, for beginners, for expert Java trainings. Those are available. There is a Java training path also available, which was there even earlier, so I will not focus on this. Similarly, for Java, we also have got trainings on database. So there is a database training courses available. Again, different levels. For beginner level, you have got different courses. For advanced level, you have got different courses. And we also have got a developer plan, database learning plan for it. So besides the technology trainings, Java, database, SQL, the cloud aspect is very important. Out of all the SaaS solutions, there is a SaaS solution called NetSuite, which is another SaaS product available on the academy. You can go and download it and start using it for understanding how cloud solution or SaaS solution works. I'll come to my last slide, the way ahead. Trainings, I mean, ideally what should change? The traditional way of doing trainings, you learn computer languages, teach them C, C++, Python, that is one way of doing it. The modern trainings, we don't discount this, this has to be done. But this has to be done taking into account the adaptability of the use case. Let the student know where the training is going to be used for. You teach DBMS SQL, go one step ahead. Data analytics, big data. I mean, whatever select star from table where you are teaching me, where do I use it? How do I use it? What is big data and how can I use my SQL skills, programming skills to achieve the desired objective is what should be the next step. Academic projects. The session before showed very interesting academic projects done. Typically, in college days, projects are done as a formality. You need to do a project, you do a project. But why not pick up an industry use case and try to solve an industry use case using this project as an example? Lastly, AI, ML, blockchain. Instead of learning it as tools, if we make the student understand the usability of that and try to teach him in a use case way, it will be more effective for him to understand and deliver results out of it. Soft skills training, critical thinking training, adaptability skills training is something that we need to add so that, as the speakers earlier spoke of, whatever trainings, technology we are learning today has a shelf life for 1 year or maybe 1.5 years. So next year when I'm standing here, there will be some more set of new tools that I'm going to tell you that you should learn on that. So to take that, you should have that adaptability skills, which will ensure that learning path, that learning ambition from him, he keeps on learning and he doesn't really sort of put a full stop to the learning cycle. I think that was all I had from my side. Thank you very much for your time.